What is up, guys? It is Coasters and Things here today, and I'm going to be counting down what are, in my opinion, the top 15 roller coasters at Herschend Family Entertainment parks. Herschend currently owns 4 parks, including Kentucky Kingdom, which they just acquired this year. The parks they own include Kentucky Kingdom, Dollywood, Silver Dollar City, and Wild Adventures. I'll admit I've never been to Wild Adventures, but I've ridden an exact clone of almost all of their roller coasters at other parks, and conveniently enough, none of the coasters at Wild Adventures were good enough to make this list, just judging by my thoughts of their clones at other parks. Now let's take a look at the coasters that did make the list. Starting off the list at number 15 is Thunderation at Silver Dollar City. This Arrow mine train is very enjoyable. It has the better restraints and actually has some really forceful turns. After you go up the lift hill, you end with a bang with some more forceful turns before you slide into the brake run. My one ride on this, I was impressed with it. Silver Dollar City really cares about this ride and wants to keep it around for generations to come. Number 14 is Fire Chaser Express at Dollywood. This is one of the most creative family coasters out there. It was manufactured by Gerstlauer, and it features a forwards launch, a backwards launch, and a lift hill. Yes, this is one of the few family coasters to go backwards. The launches actually pack a little punch to them. The theming with this ride is very well done, themed to firefighting. I know a lot of kids who this was their first big roller coaster. It's definitely a good one to start off on. Number 13 is Dragon Flier, also at Dollywood. This is, as of now, the latest roller coaster that Herschend has added to one of their parks, and this is borderline family coaster and thrill coaster. It's a step above your standard family suspended coaster. It's so incredibly smooth, it feels like you're gliding on air. That first overbank turn is quite forceful, and the drop goes underground. This was an excellent addition to Dollywood, and I would not complain at all if the other Herschend parks got one. Number 12 is the first of 4 wooden coasters on this list, Thunder Run at Kentucky Kingdom. This is the first thrill coaster on this list. This is one of the few Den Corporation coasters left in existence. This ride's layout inspired Hurler at Carowinds. The difference is, Thunder Run actually is enjoyable. It's smoother than Hurler and has better airtime. Kentucky Kingdom saved this coaster after the park was abandoned in 2009, and I'm glad they did. It's a fun ride. They have retracked this coaster a lot over the years, and it's still running as good as ever. I always enjoy taking a ride on this. Number 11 is Kentucky Flier at Kentucky Kingdom. You want the definition of a perfect family coaster? This is it. It has a great layout with lots of pops of airtime. The first time I rode this in 2019, it was super smooth and I ended up riding it 9 times that day. When I went back this year, it gained a slight bit of roughness, but not that bad. I rode it 4 more times this year at Keys to the Kingdom. Out of all the family coasters I have ridden, this is my favorite family coaster, and it's not close. Kentucky Kingdom said they wanted the best family coaster they could possibly get, and I think they hit it out of the park with this ride. Entering the top 10 is Wild Eagle at Dollywood. I know some people would put this ride higher, but not me. While I do enjoy Wild Eagle, I've always thought it was a bit rattly. B&M wing coasters tend to have rattles to them, and this one is no different. Now the setting and the first drop on this coaster I do like. It gives a great view of Dollywood from the top of the lift hill. The GP love this coaster, not so much the enthusiasts. I think it's a fine coaster, just nothing extraordinary. Number 9 is Tennessee Tornado at Dollywood. I actually much prefer this over Wild Eagle. This arrow looper is really intense. It's fairly smooth, and if you sit in the front, you get a crazy pop of airtime going into the brake run. I try to ride this every time I go to Dollywood. It's a shame it runs one train a lot of the time, because that really does hurt its capacity. I really hope Dollywood keeps this coaster around for years to come, because this is my favorite Arrow custom looper. Number 8 is Wildfire at Silver Dollar City. This is a B&M sit-down coaster with a different layout than most. It is built into the hillside, so its drop is bigger than its height. It is pretty smooth and has 5 really enjoyable inversions. The Cobra roll is very picturesque. The drop on this coaster in the back row is actually amazing how much airtime it gives. You wouldn't expect that from a B&M sit-down looper. I really wish there were more of these B&M sit-down coasters out there because I really enjoyed Wildfire. Number 7 is Powder Keg at Silver Dollar City. Powder Keg is awesome. Why does this coaster not get talked about? I went in expecting an average launch coaster, and I was shocked how good it was. It was butter smooth and had an amazing launch with a lot of force. Then after that, you get airtime over the top hat and go soaring through the woods. You end with a forceful helix as well. It's crazy how this ride was converted into an air launch coaster from previously being a water coaster. Number 6 is Thunderhead at Dollywood. This GCI was my first big roller coaster almost 12 years ago. At first I thought it was rough and I didn't like it, but over the years Dollywood has retracked it and it's great now. It has won the Golden Ticket Award for Best Wooden Coaster before, and it's the only GCI to ever win that award. I think this is a top GCI, and it doesn't get enough credit. While it's not in my top 25 anymore, I still very much have a soft spot for Thunderhead. Entering the top 5 is Time Traveler at Silver Dollar City. This is the first Mock Rides Extreme Spinning Coaster. I'll admit, the first time I rode this, I was so disoriented I didn't know what to think. But then the second ride I got, I knew what to expect and it was much more enjoyable. This is undoubtedly the craziest spinning coaster in America. That drop out of the station is mental. You then go through 3 inversions from any angle. Mock rides really hit another level when Time Traveler debuted. Number 4 is Lightning Run at Kentucky Kingdom. You want a coaster that has some rapid fire elements? This is it. It is small but so powerful. It has so many back and forth moments that are similar to Maverick at Cedar Point. The airtime on this coaster is also really good. Why are there not more of these coasters out there? This will soon be one of 2 of its kind. There's a new one getting built next year in Arizona. I'd love to see a ton more of these Hyper GTX coasters built. Chance Rides killed it with this coaster. Now we're at the top 3, and spoiler alert, all 3 of them are RMCs. At number 3, we have Outlaw Run at Silver Dollar City. This was the first ever RMC wooden coaster, as well as the first wooden coaster to take guests upside down more than once. I recently rode this for the first time, and it was amazing. The layout is awesome, how it works itself into the terrain. It is a little rough for an RMC now, but the airtime is just so good. The drop in the back row is amazing. The double barrel roll is also a killer finale. Number 2 is Storm Chaser at Kentucky Kingdom. Man, this ride is amazing. It's glass smooth and it hauls the mail. Seriously, this ride goes way faster than it feels like it should. The airtime is so strong it hurts. Each time I've ridden this, I've liked it more than the previous time. The barrel roll down drop is such a unique drop. The Trick Track Double Up literally tries to send you flying. RMC hit it out of the park when they were converting this. I would put this up in the top tier for RMCs. Now we're at the number 1 spot, and this really shouldn't surprise anyone. It is Lightning Rod at Dollywood. If you know me, you know how much this coaster means to me. It is my most ridden roller coaster. I fanboy over this coaster, and I am not shy about showcasing my love for it. It used to be the world's fastest wooden coaster, and while it isn't really a wooden coaster anymore, it is still so incredible. That launch uphill is awesome, and you feel a ton of G-forces during it. The wave turn is huge, and you get sideways sustained airtime on it. And of course, the quad down. This is one of the all-time best finales on a roller coaster. One of the all-time best airtime sequences as well. It is my personal favorite element on any roller coaster. You are just flying at 73 miles an hour, and every time I ride this, I'm blown away and come off with a huge smile on my face. No other roller coaster does that to me like Lightning Rod does. Undoubtedly, Lightning Rod is the best coaster in the Herschend Family Entertainment chain. What is your favorite coaster at the Herschend parks? Have you ridden all of these, and do you agree with me? Let me know all of that down below. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And this is Coasters and Things signing out.
I'm a roller coaster.